Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So now in this video we are going to do about the differences between interregional and international trade. Before starting video, let me clear this that interregional trade is also known as domestic or internal trade, and international trade is also called foreign trade or external trade. So I'm using the word internal and external. Internal for interregional and external for international. So there's a lot of controversy is going among economists that there is a difference between these two trades. But according to the modern economists, there are no such differences. But we are going to study from classical economics point of view, and there are differences among them. So we are going to discuss those points. So let's start. The first difference between these two is factor mobility means that the labors are immobile, are movable within country or within city or within state to state, but they are immobile or immovable outside the country, because there are many reasons for that. First, one reason is that language problem, because laborers in our country are mostly not that much educated that they know speak English properly, and we know that in foreign languages English is preferred. The language which is preferred is English, but they can't speak proper English. So this is one of the reasons for their immobility. And second reason is that the traveling expenses is so much high that they can't able to afford it. Third reason is that they don't want to leave their family and settle in abroad for work. And there are such many reasons for their immobility outside the country. That's why there such difference arises between interregional and international trade. Second difference between these two is difference in natural resources. We know that the resources which is present in India is different from the resources present in America or Australia. That is why, just because of resources, the trade between interregional and international arises. For example, like land, there's plenty of land available in India, but there is not enough of capital, and America has enough of capital but scarcity of land. So they can trade themselves on the basis of comparative cost. And what is comparative cost story we will study in later videos. So because of the resources, there is a difference arises between these two trades, interregional and international. The basic difference between these two is difference in market. Difference in market means the market for domestic trade country and market of foreign country is completely different. If, for example, the cars which is present in India are all left-handed, and if you trade with USA, then it is useless for them, because the cars which are there in that market are left-handed, and the cars which are here is very right-handed. So that's why the trade arises, because of the different market situations. So the next point of difference is geographical and climate differences. So the country produces a commodity based on the climate, how the climate is. For example, like Germany has a favorable climate for coffee, so they produce more coffee. Bangladesh has favorable climate for jute, so they produce jute. Like this, based on the climate, country produces their commodity. That's why the trade arises between these two. Next point of difference is mobility of goods. Mobility of goods means within domestic country, trade is restricted to only distance and transportation cost. But in international trade is there's a lot of restrictions in doing international trade, because a lot of many difficult and complicated tariff, non-tariff barriers are imposed on the commodities. That's why the difference between these two arises. Another point of difference is different currencies. We know that in domestic trade in the country, the currency is same for all the states, but if we look from international trade point of view, there are different currencies in different currency, and domestic countries have to convert that its own currency into that currency. Then only their trade will be accepted, because the widely accepted currency is US dollar, and if India wants to trade in international market, then they have to convert their Indian rupee into dollar, and there's lot of restrictions and formalities are there which take a very long process. So that's why there's a difference between these two alike. The last point of difference is different transport cost. Different transport cost means as the distance becomes larger between city or state or country, the cost started increasing. As distance is closer, this cost is less, and this what happened in domestic trade. Because the distance is less in domestic trade, so the cost involved is less. And if you talk about country, international trade, the distance is very much greater. So that is cost become greater. So these are the points of difference between interregional and international trade. I hope you are clear with this, and if you have any problem regarding this, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like my video, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this.